Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. In this video we are going to look at how to add and find good images to put into our Keynote. I have a blank Keynote here just for demonstration purposes, and what we're going to do is go to a special website called unsplash.com. So in Unsplash over here, you go to unsplash.com and you can find good images that people have posted in here, and they have usually a good orientation. So they have this idea of rule of thirds and composition, and normally they've been post-processed, so the pictures look great, the colors are great, and there's a nice balance to them all. So I've searched here for flooding in Southeast Asia. You don't have to have a search that is so specific. I can have a water cycle one here, and I can go and find something that is related to water. So there are lots of images. When you find an image, I found this one here of a Vietnamese person here, a Vietnamese man who looks like he's fishing, but it looks like he's in flooded waters. I'm going to use this. The reason I'm going to use this is because there's a good balance of rule of thirds, and when I tap on download here, I can go and get the original size, and you can see that this is 6,000 by 4,000, which means that if I crop it on my presentation, it's not going to be pixelated, and it means that I can go and choose parts of these images really nicely. I'm going to hit download, and then in Brave you get this download button at the bottom that says download 2.6 megs, and then you get the button over here that says download in the corner. I'm going to go and hit that. And what I'm going to do is, I know that this is in my downloads, but I'm going to go and move this into my favorites folder. So I'm going to go and hit move. That's just between copy and share. And then what I'm going to do is just go out of this using the breadcrumbs at the top. Go to my favorites folder, which is here that I've made before, which says 5Z Mr. Glenn Water Presentation. And then at the top there's a blue button that says move. I'm going to go move my image there. So I know that it's always going to be in my space. I'm going to go swipe up, move this out of the way, go to my Keynote. I'm going to go and swipe over. Now, sometimes you don't have that on here, and that's fine. You can open up your app tray at the bottom, grab the Files app, long press and drag it to the side, and I have it floating like this. And in my downloads there, I can see my image. If your image isn't there, then go to where you moved it to. You pick it up, long press, and then as you drag it like that, keeping your finger on the screen, you can see that this menu pops up. So that if the menu pops up, don't worry, just keep your finger on the screen, and you can move it over like this, over to the page, and it will sit into your page like this. So now we can go and resize this. But in Keynote, one of the great features is actually making a thing called a mask. And a mask is essentially a shape that you can put your image into, and you can crop this. I like to have circles and ovals, and I can have them to the side, and they look appealing, they look really nice. So I want to go to my shapes menu at the top. I'm going to go to my basic. I'm going to grab a circle like this and drag this in. I'm going to go and move this. So I'm going to keep my this is my aspect ratio. You can see these dotted lines. I'm going to keep my aspect ratio so that my image, my shape is about the same size as my image, and I want that person just on the edge of my picture like that. While I've got it selected like this, you can see that I've got the bubbles around the outside. I'm going to go and put my finger on top of it like that, and you can see it just pop. As I put my finger on it and hold it there, you can see that it just pops slightly. So when it pops, that means that I can hold my finger down on the screen, and at the same time with another finger tap the picture below like this. And as I pull my fingers away, you can see that I get a menu that's over here, and I can go and move around, and I should be able to go and tap onto the paintbrush at the top, and I should be able to go and add the shape. There we go. So I'm going to go and tap my photograph, let's go and get this together, tap my shape underneath, and then I get that menu that says mask with shape. Now you can see what I was doing now is just repeating the process of holding both things down at the same time. And when it masks with shape, it then goes and moves my image, and I can move the image underneath, and I can go and enlarge it using the slider at the bottom, and I'm going to keep that there and hit done. And my image is then masked like that with a circle. You can use any shape. You could use a star, you could use a hexagons, you can also use different objects if you've got a process that you need to go and use different objects in there, and you can go and put the image under the actual shape of the icon. Right, as always, good luck.